Hello, don't follow me in real life. How are you? I just got your message a few days ago. I'm so sorry. I guess TikTok changed the layout of a few things and I didn't even notice that certain messages are in different areas. So I responded last night. I apologize for the late response. I really do. And again, thanks for the lovely comment. I really appreciate the confirmation that, you know, that people need to hear sometimes what I have to say. So thank you for that. Um, Today's Friday, January 31st, and pretty much it's the end of the first month of the year. Tomorrow's the first. We need to address the first month really quick. I know a lot of people start really gun ho about New Year, New Me. Thank you, Mommy Dre Dog 1315. May be blessed now forever. Santa Muerte protect you and God guide you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love. Um, I know a lot of people started really, really aggressive this new year with the whole New Year, New Me thing, right? And a lot of people fell off. A lot of people started really strong and then just went into hibernation mode again. Recommit to yourself. Whatever you promised yourself you were going to accomplish this year, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on the things that you desire. Don't give up. Um, I've been saying this for a long time. It shouldn't take a specific date for you to commit to doing the right things. If you're unhealthy, you make the change now. If you're unhappy, you make the change now. If you're not abundant, you make the change now. Whenever it strikes you, that is the moment to make the change and commit to yourself. You don't need the end of the year or a clear date. When people say, I'll start my diet next week, why not now? I'll start saving money next week. Why not now? I'll start doing changes for myself next week. Why not right now? All right. That's all I got to say. Again, this is pretty much the end of the year. I mean, the end of the first month of the new year. A lot of people have fallen back to that same old energy. Just don't succumb to that sort of realization that you failed. No, just recommit yourself to whatever it is you desire in this year. Again, it's the first month. Some of you succeeded. Some of you have stayed the course. Some of you have made the changes. And some of you will continue to thrive. And again, when you thrive, it's not always easy. But if easy was what you were looking for, change is not that. All right. Anyways, so it is going to be the 31st today. Tomorrow's the 1st of February. Make sure that you guys stay aligned, stay focused, and don't keep your eye off the prize. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna start today's teachings. I'm gonna do two teachings because I cut up on today's quick episode. Because then today I go pick up my son for the weekend. So I'll be home with my son this weekend. Thank you so much again for all the love and support you guys do bestow upon me. I really appreciate it. Again, trust me. I know what it is to have loyal people that come in and support me throughout. And again, to all those people that don't understand quite what I do, or haters, Bible thumpers, or so-called, other devotee that don't understand the things that we do here. If this ain't for you, you can keep going. All right. Again, much love to everybody. I never wish harm upon nobody except when they wish harm upon me or my family. You know what I mean? So again, let's get into this teaching. And we're gonna start really quick because I got limited time and I want to make sure that I do these teachings. So again, these teachings will be on Patreon. Whenever you guys hear a teaching, I'm gonna do the teachings here on TikTok and YouTube live. then they're going to go onto Patreon. Patreon, they'll be there perpetually. They'll be there, long for the longevity. Again, I'm gonna do two today because I haven't been on as much. I've been reimagining a few things, working on some stuff, and working on a few people that I'm committed to. So I haven't had the time to really be here live. I think next week I'm gonna start doing Spanish again. Just because I miss doing the Spanish. Um, you know, I just, so I'm gonna do both, I think, starting next week again. So here we go. This is the teaching of the day. La Santa Muerte Daily Teachings, Day 20. Why people blame La Santísima Muerte. When the problem was misuse, not her. Spoken under God Almighty and La Santa Muerte. This is accountability, not superstition, not victimhood, not spiritual paranoia. This teaching matters because one of the most common and destructive patterns in devotion is not betrayal by La Santa Muerte. It is people refusing to take responsibility when correction shows up. They pray, they light candles, they ask for protection, they ask for justice, they ask for change. Then something ends, something collapses, someone leaves, a situation falls apart, a truth comes out. And instead of stopping to reflect, they say she turned on them. They say she punished them. They say she harmed them. That reaction reveals more about the devotee than it ever does about her. First hard truth. La Santa Muerte does not betray devotees. She corrects misuse. Blame shows up when ego is exposed and the person is not ready to face it. People blame her because it is easier than admitting they ignored warnings, crossed boundaries, or acted from ego or fear, desperation or obsession. Correction feels personal when someone is attached to disorder. But correction is not betrayal. It is intervention. Why blame always shows up after correction? This pattern is predictable. A person approaches devotion emotionally. They skip discipline. They rush steps. They ignore structure. They chase outcomes instead of alignment. They ask for protection while refusing to change what endangers them. They ask for justice while staying entangled in toxic situations. They ask for guidance while ignoring every inner warning they receive. Then correction happens. Black enforces boundaries, red exposes emotional instability, white strips illusion and buildup. And suddenly, the person feels uncomfortable. Instead of asking why, they accuse. Blame is a defense mechanism. It protects ego from responsibility. Second hard truth. Correction feels like punishment to people who were never honest with themselves. If someone has been warned repeatedly through intuition, resistance, dreams, discomfort, and ignored all of the signs, correction will feel harsh. Not because it is cruel, but because it had to interrupt momentum. People want protection without disruption. They want safety without endings. They want relief without change. That is fantasy. Real protection disrupts what threatens you. Why people turn on La Santa Muerte. People turn on her when something they were attached to ends. A relationship collapses. A comfort disappears. An illusion breaks. A habit becomes unbearable. ego gets exposed. Instead of seeing correction, they see loss. Instead of seeing protection, they see punishment. Instead of seeing truth, they see betrayal. That reaction comes from emotional immaturity, not spiritual truth. Third hard truth. Misuse creates consequences, not curses, not attacks, not revenge. If someone uses devotion emotionally, obsessively, manipulatively, fearfully, without discipline, the outcome will reflect that posture. La Santa Muerte does not override free will. She responds to alignment. If alignment is distorted, the response will expose it. That exposure is not cruelty, it is correction. Why ego hates correction. Ego wants reassurance. Ego wants validation. Ego wants power without responsibility. Correction strips all three. That is why ego reacts with fear, anger, paranoia, blame, public accusations. People say she became harsh. No, she became clear. Fourth hard truth. La Santa Muerte does not protect people from the consequences of their own refusal to change. If warnings were ignored, correction escalates. Not out of anger, out of necessity. People want devotion to function like insurance. That is not how this path works. Devotion is discipline, not protection from accountability. How to tell if it was misuse. Ask yourself honestly without lying. Were you consistent or reactive? Were you disciplined or emotional? Were you calm or desperate? Were you listening or demanding? Were you changing or repeating patterns? If your devotion was chaotic, the outcome will reflect chaos. That does not mean she failed you. It means something needed correction. What accountability actually looks like. Accountability looks like pausing instead of reacting, stepping back instead of escalating, returning to white instead of forcing black, cleaning your altar instead of adding more, correcting behavior instead of blaming spirits, simplifying instead of intensifying. Accountability stabilizes devotion. Blame destabilizes it. Why disciplined devotees do not experience backlash. People who approach La Santa Muerte correctly do not experience fear-based fallout. They experience calm correction, quiet endings, clear direction, strengthened boundaries, inner stability, fewer crises, because they listen when warned. Correction does not need to escalate when it is respected early. A word about fear stories and rumors. Most horror stories about La Santa Muerte come from people who ignored discipline, chased power, refused correction, acted from ego, then blamed her. Fear spreads faster than truth. Truth requires responsibility. Final truth. La Santa Muerte is not here to protect comfort. She is here to protect truth, order, and life. If something collapsed, ask what it was built on. If something ended, ask what it was costing you. If correction showed up, ask why it was necessary. Blame does not bring clarity. Accountability does. All of this unfolds under the authority of God Almighty, and La Santa Muerte moves only by His permission. Sit with this teaching. Stop blaming spirits. Start correcting posture. That is how devotion matures. All right. So the simple lesson there is sometimes people come to Santa Muerte or any spiritual deity, goddess, God, whatever you venerate, and they ask for help, protection. They ask for their path to be cleared out. They ask for open roads. And in doing so, she clears that road and might get rid of people that were in your way or that were toxic. And then you blame La Santa for taking away these things you loved. But these things you loved were costing you peace of mind, clarity. They were costing you inner peace. And then you blame her for taking away these items that were in your way, preventing your growth spiritually, financially, emotionally, physically, whatever. So you can't come to Santa Muerte and ask her to clear the path of all the things that are against you. And she does, and then you get pissed. So people blame her for ending things, for taking things away. That's not true. The things that fall away when you ask for your help were not there to benefit you any further. So be careful what you ask for because you might get it. If you ask for your roads to be clear so you could be prosperous, you might not be with that person no more. You might lose a friendship that was fucking slowing you down. People might drop off from your life that will only fucking cause you problems. That is truth. So when you ask for devotional help from Santa Muerte, from Saint Michael, from Saint Jude, from God Himself, be prepared for the changes to come. If your devotion is real, you understand these things. If you have been in the same spot for years, if you have been struggling for years, if you've been surrounded by people that just drain your fucking energy for years, and you come to her and say, Santa Muerte, please, make me prosperous. I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of this fuckery. Please help me to become a better person for my kids, for my family, for my man, for my woman. Help me understand what I'm supposed to do. Clear these roads so I can be successful in life. And you say this with such a passion. And friends start falling off because they were never good friends to begin with. The person you were with that cheated on you fucking for years goes away. You can't be mad for these changes. It's what you asked for. People say Santa Muerte took away blah, 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 blah. You asked her to indirectly. And those were the consequences. So when you work with these kind of energies, be prepared to lose things that you were comforted with, but that were really draining your spirit, holding you back, making life difficult for you. I can name 20 people that I talked to off the top of my head that are surrounded by people they're not supposed to be around. And I've told them through readings and whatever, and they still kick it with these people. Because then those are my homegirls. Those are my boys. But these motherfuckers only hold you back. So when you're ready to really move forward, you're going to leave back those toxic relationships. Friends, boyfriends, sometimes fucking family. And that's just the way it's going to be. All right? And again, I don't want to sound negative, but people will blame Santa Muerte for certain things that they requested. Clear my roads of all negativity. Bam, there goes your friends. Because those motherfuckers never had your back to begin with. Clear my road so I can find true happiness. Bam, there goes your fucking your boyfriend or girlfriend. Because they were not making you happy no more. So again, when you request help from the divine, you must be ready to see it through. And you can't blame Santa Muerte or God or any deity, goddess, God. any cosmic energy for fucking doing what you asked. As they say, be careful what you wish for. Anyways, that was that lesson. That'll be posted on Patreon. I'm gonna do the next lesson right now. Again, I've been consistent. I'm gonna do some things next week that are different. But again, let's move into the next lesson of the day. All right, you guys ready for it, or chale vale? All right, let's go. This is going to be the next lesson, and then I will stop and do my readings for tomorrow, and then I'll bone out to get my kids ready. Here we go. La Santa Muerte Daily Teachings, Day 21, the Gold Robe Authority, Stability, and Why People Confuse It with Power. Spoken under God Almighty and La Santísima Muerte. This is authority, not dominance, not ego, not status seeking. This teaching matters because the gold robe is one of the most misunderstood colors in devotion. People see gold and think power. They think success. They think influence. They think elevation. So they reach for gold before they have stability, discipline, or humility. That is backwards. Gold does not give authority. Gold reveals whether authority already exists. And for people who are not ready, gold becomes uncomfortable, fast. First hard truth. Authority is not power. Power forces authority. Authority governs. Power tries to control outcomes. Authority sets order and lets truth work. The gold robe does not make you important. It makes you accountable. If you do not have control over your behavior, your emotions, your discipline, your word, gold will not elevate you. It will expose the gap. Second hard truth. Gold amplifies responsibility before it brings stability. People want gold to fix their lives. Gold does not fix chaos. Gold requires structure. If your life is disorganized, gold will make the obvious obvious. If your boundaries are weak, gold will highlight the weakness. If your decisions are driven by ego or fear, gold will force consequences. Gold strengthens what is already ordered and collapses what is pretending to be. Why people misuse the gold robe. People misuse gold because they want to feel above something, above struggle, above correction, above other people. They light gold candles seeking respect without responsibility, confidence without discipline, authority without humility, leadership without service. That never works. Gold does not elevate ego, it checks it. If someone becomes arrogant after using gold, they did not receive authority. They revealed insecurity. Third hard truth. Gold does not protect false confidence. False confidence talks loudly. True authority is quiet. Gold strips posturing. It forces clarity around decision making, leadership, responsibility, follow through, consistency. If someone collapses under pressure after using gold, it is because gold revealed instability that was already there. That is not failure, that is correction. What the gold robe is actually for. The gold robe is for authority rooted in discipline, stable decision making, leadership without ego, confidence grounded in truth, strengthening personal responsibility, clarity around purpose, steady progress without urgency. It is especially appropriate when you are stepping into leadership roles. You are rebuilding stability after chaos. You need clarity in major decisions. You are aligning purpose with action. You are establishing long term structure. God governs steadiness, not speed. What the gold robe is not for. This must be clear. The gold robe is not for dominance, superiority, control over others, ego validation, chasing success, proving worth, masking insecurity. If you approach gold trying to look powerful, it will humble you. That is not punishment. That is alignment, correcting posture. When gold should be avoided. Do not use gold if your emotions are unstable, your discipline is inconsistent, your altar work is chaotic. You are reacting instead of choosing. You are seeking status instead of truth. Gold requires maturity. If you are still building basic structure, return to white first. How to work with the gold robe correctly. Gold work must be grounded. A correct setup looks like one gold candle or gold robed image. Clean altar spaces or space. Clean water. Calm posture. One clear intention. Do not rush gold work. Do not stack it with other colors. Do not treat it like a boost. Gold responds to patience and consistency. How to pray with gold. Speak from responsibility, not ambition. You can say, God Almighty, align me with right authority. Santa Muerte, by God's permission, strengthen my discipline and clarity. Correct my decisions where they are misaligned. Guide me to lead myself correctly. Remove false confidence and replace it with truth. Then stop. Gold does not respond to long speeches. It responds to clean intention. What a clean response looks like. When gold is working correctly, people often notice calmer decision making, less impulsive behavior, stronger follow through, quiet confidence, clear priorities, fewer emotional reactions, steadier progress. Authority settles. There is less need to explain yourself, less need to prove anything. That is gold working cleanly. Final truth. The gold robe does not give power. It demands responsibility. If you are disciplined, gold stabilizes you. If you are pretending, gold exposes it. Gold is not about being above others. It is about governing yourself correctly. Respect the gold robe. Do not chase it. Do not rush it. All of this unfolds under the authority of God Almighty, and La Santísima Muerte moves only by his permission. Sit with this teaching. True authority does not announce itself. It holds steady. All right. So if you guys notice, everything that the gold statue is really for does support success, does support clean decision making about money, about being abundant. But people that just ask for abundancy without having correction, without aligning themselves, without doing the work first, it is shallow work. It's like a tree with no roots. It's gonna fall. Whenever you ask for abundance, you must do the work that goes along with it. You just can't ask for wealth. All the things that the gold Santa Muerte stands for will help you be successful if you apply it correctly. There's people that have come to me to do work for them that say this to me: I want to be rich. I want money to come in, blah, 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 whoop de whoop. And then I get a call from them: oh man, like, I'm still fucking broke. And I'd be like, what's been going on? And through the conversation, I find out they had like 3, 4, fucking 5 job offers. They turned them all down, and they were doing the same shit they were doing. Like, motherfucker, take the job. Make that money. You're going to elevate yourself. You would have made progress. You would have probably like rose and, nah, I just want money. Like, motherfuckers want like money to fall from the sky. That is not true alignment. When you want a miracle like that, you must be worthy of the fucking miracle. You must be worthy of that. You just can't expect it like out of nowhere. Azael, thank you so much for that. May you be blessed now forever. May Santa Muerte protect you and God guide you. To all my gifters, I'm sorry if I wasn't paying attention. Everyone that gifted me while I was doing my stuff, may God always protect you and Santa Muerte always guide you. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the follows. Again, people have asked me for abundance, but want money to fall from the sky. That's not practical. That's not practical. And when people have asked me for work, for abundance, and they want to come out of a hard spot, things will happen. Like, again, job offers might come in, raises might happen, shit like that. And they want money to come from the sky. They want to find a bag of fucking cash in a bush somewhere. And that isn't quite practical. And don't get me wrong, it happens to the right people. People that are fucking probably worthy of such blessings. I can speak honestly about myself. I'm not worthy of such blessings. Are you? I'm honest. I'm 100% with myself. I keep it, as they say, 100. Thank you, David. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for chiming in. I'm not worthy of those kind of blessings. Like, if I win the lotto, it's going to be a fucking miracle. You know what I mean? I'm fully aware of my shortcomings and my track record with personal shit. And David, like, we go through it, man. We all go through it. We rise, we fall, and how we react to the falls is true alignment. If you take a bump in life and you just refuse to lift up or rise again, that's the problem. You must be able to rise with the discomfort, rise with the trials and tribulations, rise with that shit. It forges you to be a stronger version of yourself. It forges you closer to spirituality. It makes you aware of what you can actually handle and take. People want easy life, easy things to come to them. And again, are you worthy of those kinds of blessings? Again, I'm very honest with myself. I know I'm not. I know I've lived a sinful life. I know I've done my dirt. I know I've done dumb shit. Oh, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait to see that statue. I'm gonna set up an altar right here in the room. That one's gonna be on the altar for about a week. Then I'm gonna put her away, like, not to be seen again. Again, like, when you fall, she can lift you. God can lift you. Special connections with deities, saints, angels, archangels can lift you up. This is what I want you guys to understand. Anything that I say here can apply to your spirituality or your religion. Just listen to the message. You don't got to believe in her. You don't got to believe in what I believe. But believe this. Your alignment is what's going to keep you going rising, and spiritually fucking gifted. All right? So take that into consideration. What you put into your spirituality is will reflect back on you. What you put into your work will reflect back on you. What you put into relationships will reflect back on you. All right? So whatever you put out there, you reap what you sow. You want blessings? Move like someone deserving of them. If you want blessings, move like someone deserving of them. Act like someone that should be blessed. Don't just ask for blessings. Be worthy of them. Does that make sense? All right? We're good? Again, the gold robe can make you successful, can make you abundant, but you cannot ask for abundance without the work and responsibility that comes with it. There's people that are misaligned, that they don't correct the basics before they want the abundance, and they end up broke again. Because why? They don't know how to handle the responsibility of having money. They don't know how to save. They don't know how to be wise with their fucking income. They don't know how to be wise with their blessings. That's why sometimes people receive, but they can't hold on to it because they forgot to do the basic work. When you go to another practitioner and you say, I want abundance. Quiero un chingo de feria. You might say that to somebody and then, I got you. But they fail to tell you that you won't hold on to it because you didn't do the basic work. You didn't lay down the foundation to maintain the blessing. Change bad habits. Change bad wasting money behaviors. You don't need Starbucks every fucking day. Who the fuck needs an $8 Starbucks every day? You don't need that shit. Make a 10-cent coffee at home. You start to bleed out because you get more and you don't know how to fucking act. First, you got to fucking maintain that blessing. Then you could grow it and become more abundant. Make sense or not? It's like if you give $1 million to a fucking, elementary school dropout like I was or am, and you give $1 million to a fucking educated person, or at least have some kind of fucking money sense, it's gonna fucking multiply in one hand and dwindle in the other. The guy without education might get $1 million and go buy a $300,000 fucking car and a $700,000 fucking house, and forget about property taxes, forget about insurance, and be back where they were. Damn, fool, but that shit's expensive. Fuck Starbucks. That shit fucking be draining a motherfucker's pocket. Anyways, you know what I mean? Like people that are prone to not have will lose it all. How many stories have you heard of people that won the lotto and they end up back where they started because they didn't know how to handle it? They didn't know how to take care of the blessing. You don't want to be that person that gets blessed and loses it all. That's not who you should be. That's not who I want you to be. I want you to receive a blessing and maintain it, sustain it, multiply it, be bountiful, be happy, and be loved and successful. That's what you want for yourself. So before you do any of that fucking devotional work for riches, bitches, and shit like that, work on yourself first. Work on yourself. I say it like that because there's people that want the abundance, want the attention from the opposite sex. That's my mom's. I gotta call her back right now. That's my mom's. I'll call her back right now after this live. They want all of that, but they don't do the basic foundational work on themselves to maintain that shit or to be worthy of it. You know what? Let me pick up my mom's call and then I'll be back because she's been calling, so I just gotta pick up. All right, I'll be back. All right, sorry y'all.